Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a preview of the Celtic against Slovan Bratislava game tonight at Celtic Park, 8 o'clock kickoff. Game live on TNT Sports with highlights going to be on a BBC Match of the Day UCL roundup programme later this evening. This video going to be a wee look at some stats. Celtic's record against Slovan Bratislava in the past, record in the Champions League group stage under Brendan Rodgers, our record regarding starting games, first games of a Champions League campaign in the group stage, and also my prediction of the lineup for Celtic and also the predicted score. Before we do crack on with the actual video, please do, if you are new to the channel and you like the video and you like the general content of the channel, please do click that subscribe button. Keep the numbers pushing further and further past 1,000. If you do like the video, please do click that like button. It helps with YouTube analytics, spreading the video and the channel to more and more Celtic fans and football fans. Comment section open for pleasant, polite debating points, opinions, thoughts regarding Celtic's lineup for tonight, our chances of winning tonight, and any other related Celtic issues. So, just a few little stats regarding Slovan Bratislava. Slovan Bratislava, last 20 games, 14 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. They've come through 4 rounds of qualifying to reach this game against Celtic in the group stage. They started off beating the champions of Macedonia, then they beat the champions of Slovenia, then they beat the champions of Cyprus, and then finally in the last qualifying round they beat Midtjylland, the champions of Denmark, winning the second leg 3-2 to go through. So they have had a lot of Champions League experience this season and have battled through 4 rounds to get here, but their coefficient, their ranking, etc. is significantly below Celtic's, and we have actually got quite a nice starting game overall for our Champions League campaign this season, and the draw was actually quite fair to us, as you can see from the draw. We start against Slovan Bratislava, then we've got our away games against Dortmund and Atalanta, probably the 2 most difficult games. We've then got winnable home games against RB Leipzig, Young Boys Bern, Club Brugge, an away game against Dinamo Zagreb, who had an awful start to the Champions League campaign, being very, very heavily beaten by Bayern Munich. We're playing them away from home. That's a game I think Celtic certainly should be looking to draw, if not win. And then we've got a Battle of Britain game at the very end of the Champions League campaign away at Aston Villa. Again, a game I think Celtic are more than capable of drawing. And the pundits are suggesting to get to the knockout playoff stage, teams are going to need at least 10 points. And so if we were to win 3 out of 4 of our home games and draw one of our home games, that should put us on pretty much on the very edge of that playoff qualifying spot in the 9 to 24 bracket, and certainly an away point or 2 in Zagreb and Birmingham against Aston Villa should certainly put us over the top and reach Brendan Rodgers' goal for this Champions League, which is to get into that knockout phase. Now, some not so nice stats for us. We've not won a Champions League group stage opener In 12 attempts, we've had 2 draws and 10 defeats in our first Champions League group stage match. Brendan Rodgers' record in Champions League group stages: 2 wins, 4 draws, and 12 defeats. So, not a terribly good record in Champions League group stages. We, of course, beat Feyenoord 2-1 at the end of last year's campaign with Gustav Lagerbielke's back post header. And we did beat Anderlecht 3-0 away previously in the Champions League group stage. But otherwise, we've had some draws, including some famous draws with Man City on 2 occasions. However, 12 out of the 18 games under Brendan Rodgers have been defeats in the Champions League. We haven't actually scored in a Champions League group stage opener since 2006. That was the 3-2 loss to Man United at Old Trafford in 2006. So again, not a terribly nice stat there either. And we have actually played Slovan Bratislava twice before, both in 1964. That was a quarter-final home and away leg match. We won the game at Celtic Park 1-0, a Bobby Murdoch penalty, and then we won the away leg with a late goal by John Yogi Hughes, and put us through to the semi-finals that year when we were then knocked out by Budapest. Interestingly, also in that 1964 fixture against Slovan Bratislava, our future manager, Josef Venglos, was in the Slovan Bratislava squad, but wasn't picked for either game. However, having said all that, I am very hopeful that Celtic are going to do well in tonight's match against Slovan Bratislava. I'm full of hope, and I think the hope is justified because we have got off to a tremendous start this season in the Scottish Premiership. We've had a series of comfortable wins. We've got an excellent defensive record. Kasper Schmeichel and the defence have had 5 clean sheets to start the league season for the first time since 1906. The only goal we have conceded was in the League Cup to Hibs. And we have pretty much a full squad. Mike Nawrocki, the only injury casualty. And so Celtic do have actually their full squad in essence to pick from. And I think given Rodgers' choices at left centre-back, left back and central midfield and striker for the game against Hearts, I think it's going to be the same again for the game tonight. I don't think it's reasonable to give players such as Alex Valley or Austin Trusty their debut in a Champions League match. And I think we're going to need the experience of Kyogo up front and Rio Hitati in midfield rather than the younger options in Adam Ida and Paolo Bernardo in those 2 positions. So my predicted starting lineup: Kasper Schmeichel in goals, right back Alistair Johnston, right centre back CCV, left centre back Liam Scales, left back Greg Taylor, Callum McGregor in the centre of midfield with Rio Hitati to one side and Arne Engels to the other in a more attacking position. Nicholas Kuhn on the right, Dyson Maidot on the left, and Kyogo as our main striker. That does leave us with a nice strong bench, players such as Luis Palma, James Forrest, Paolo Bernardo, Adam Ida, Luke McCowan to come off if we do need more of an attacking option. Would also give us some good defenders if needed, such as Ralston, Valley, and Austin Trusty. Possibly a wee bit light in terms of defensive midfield options. However, Cal McGregor, Rio Tati, Arne Engels can all fill that role, as could, in theory, Alsa Johnston or Liam Scales, as both of them have played that role before. Now, the critical thing is I am very confident that Celtic are going to win. I'm going to say that Celtic are going to win the game 2-0. I think certainly if we do get a nice early good start, be it being well on top of them or preferably getting an early goal, I think the game is going to be ours. Slovan Bratislava away from home are very good at soaking up pressure. They play a 4-2-3-1. Their star players basically are in their advanced midfield three, Barsegian, Tolic and Weiss, with Strelic their centre forward. Away from home, they do a good job of defending deep, preventing balls going out wide, preventing balls coming through the middle. However, if we can get a nice early goal in front of a raucous, partisan, screaming Celtic crowd, I think that will then have to draw Bratislava out of their usual tactics, which would give us more and more space to play into. I think the keys are going to lie with our midfield three, beating their midfield three and exploiting players such as Kuhn and Maeda out wide, with Taylor and Johnson overlapping, and getting the ball into the box for Kyogo and the midfielders and the wide players to create and score and take their chances. So my prediction, 2-0 win. I am crossing my fingers that that's going to be the result. I think it's a game that Celtic have to win to get a good start to the Champions League. In theory, a draw would be an acceptable result, as we still would have 3 more home games, plus an away game against Zagreb, which I think would be winnable, and the game against Aston Villa away, which I think also is a perfectly drawable game for Celtic. And with a very good performance, we could take a point off of Dortmund or Atalanta, remembering that just a couple of years ago, our big rivals across the city actually did beat Dortmund over a two-legged Europa League match. So that finishes things off for this wee preview of tonight's match against Slovan Bratislava. I'll be doing a post-match review video tomorrow. Hopefully a happy, cheerful, positive video. And so before I go, just a wee quick reminder to click that subscribe button if you've not yet subscribed to the channel. Keep the numbers pushing past 1,000. Do click that like button if you like the video, and do pop your comments into the comment section regarding the lineup you feel is most likely, your own score prediction, and any other related Celtic topics. And so until tomorrow, good luck Celtic against Bratislava, and hail, hail.